The cold, unforgiving vacuum of deep space is rarely a stage for noble heroics. It is a sprawling, entropic graveyard where the silence of the void is punctuated only by the screeching alarms of failing life support and the fading pulses of desperate marooned crews. And in Stars Dark, Marooned, the gritty, visceral, and pulse-pounding inaugural movement of Joshua James's Stars Dark saga, the concept of a space adventure is weaponized into a high-stakes, industrial survival nightmare. James, the battle-hardened tactician of this grime-streaked, hazard-saturated, and gravity-defying odyssey, delivers a kinetic, uncompromising, and adrenaline-fueled masterpiece that treats the act of deep space salvage not as a romantic exploration, but as a perilous, reality-anchoring struggle against an encroaching, extinction-level alien tide. This isn't a story of pristine starships and diplomatic parley. It is a rapid-fire, deeply intense plunge into the logistical hellscape of maintaining a broken hull in a hostile, lawless sector, where the very stars seem to recoil from the encroaching darkness, and the terrifying truth that when you are marooned in the Star-Stark cluster, you don't just fight for oxygen. You fight to prevent your entire reality from being erased by an ancient, predatory entity that views human ambition as a localized infection. James hooks the audience immediately by constructing a desperate, high-stakes trap. The crew of the Yellowjacket, a rugged survey vessel already pushed to its structural limits, is suddenly overwhelmed by an alien force of impossible magnitude, left for dead on a lawless, uncharted world, and forced to confront the fact that their survival is not just a statistical anomaly, but a direct insult to the architect of the invasion, an entity with a singular, festering vendetta against their commander. The narrative center zeroes in on the crew's methodical, high-pressure descent into the hole-stitching, a state of hyper-rational, disaster-averse perception that forces them to manage the catastrophic, multi-system failure of their own vessel while navigating the shifting, resource-scarce terrain of the marooning planet. As they traverse the oppressive, radiation-soaked wreckage of the orbital graveyard and the dangerously volatile atmospheric extremes of the surface, they realize that their survival is not merely a matter of mechanical ingenuity. It is a systemic catalyst drawing the attention of the reclaimers, shadow entities that hunt those who refuse to accept their archival erasure. The investigation into the sudden, devastating invasion of their sector quickly escalates into a lethal, tactical chess match as they discover that the entire survey mission was covertly compromised by the very chain of command they were sworn to protect. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of repairing a crippled, heavily damaged ship with scavenged tech, the constant suffocating threat of alien tracking, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of their commander's past, they must synthesize a new way of existing, one built on tactical improvisation, unconventional low-signature guerrilla warfare, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to let their signal be extinguished by the dark. James's writing style is unapologetically rhythmic, machine-gun fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of spacefaring technical jargon, hard-bitten, cynical military wit, and high-stakes environmental dread. He builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of survival, patching pressure leaks, rerouting power to failing life support, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of isolation with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the invasion forces. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine analytical probes, calculated maneuvers through alien-occupied airspaces, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with superior, logic-warping technology into pulse-pounding steps toward an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp analytical focus, making every repaired circuit, every successful stealth evasion, and every deep-seated trauma confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes Marooned an exceptional entry in the modern pulp sci-fi canon is James's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, tactical-driven crew whose survival discipline is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a simple narrative trope. Watch as they transform their experience with obsolete, combat-hardened machinery into a weapon, learning to navigate the chaotic heavens to outmaneuver a power that operates with absolute, terrifying precision. As the structural integrity of their world begins to collapse and the true scope of the Stars Dark invasion is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth they carry before their presence is permanently erased by the aliens' relentless, physics-enforcing fleet. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of space combat and imperial expansion, this book delivers an unforgettable shockwave.